Hey, yo, blood, we out here, you get me? Like, we out here in Britain, all that stuff, yeah? We out here, man them with the Glocks and all that, innit, bruv? What is up, guys? Welcome back to another F1 2021 video. We are in Britain, hence why I had to do the British accent. Did I do it properly? That's arguable, but no, we're not going to talk about that today. So, on to the qualifying lap. Going into this track, I was hella confident. Why? Because we had a good session in Austria, and then we had an okay session in Azerbaijan. Then coming into this is a track that the layout is just attractive to me, right? Because it's open, it has a lot of straights, the turns are fast. There's nothing about, like, you know, taking care of hitting the wall or anything here. It's just full send as we go down the Wellington straight down into, actually these turns have names. I haven't mastered all of them. I know that's Corpse. Coming down we have Maggots, then we have Beckett's, and then this is the Hanger straight. So I know the second sectors and the third sectors. As we come down, I think it's called Vale, and then coming onto this one before the straight, we have, I think it's called Club Corner, and then we have Hamilton straight. So, did we get pole position? Obviously. Yes, Jeff is pleased because we got pole position again in another race, weekends consecutively, which is amazing. It's an amazing feat to be at the front of the pack so I can dominate.
Formula 2 Championship. It's a firm favourite amongst fans and drivers alike, and we're all keen to see what it has in store for us in today's race. 5 miles out from Towcester, this icon of British motorsport heritage comprises 18 corners over 3.6 miles of circuit. Silverstone has been through several changes over its lifetime, with the start line now leading into Abbey, a fast right-hander for turn 1. But still there, of course, is the circuit's most famous and iconic sequence of corners, starting at Maggots, turn 10. Joining me today in the commentary box is former 2012 GP2 champion Davide Valsecchi. We all know the circuit so well, Davide. What's got your attention today?
Always a pleasure, Alex. Everyone looks forward to Silverstone, and with such an intriguing grid, I think the fans will be excited for the start of today's race. We know these young drivers are hungry to prove themselves. Hopefully, we'll be seeing some more history being made today.
We are nearly ready for the start of today's race, but in the meantime, let's take a look at the grid. The captain lines up on pole position, with Mick Schumacher alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Tsunoda, Matsushita, Dejan Daruvala, and Ilott, Dragovic, Tictum, Alesi, Pedro Piquet, Joe, Schwartzman, Guilherme Samaya, and Sato, Giotto, Galeo, Armstrong, and Artem Markelov. Aitken, Nissany, Mazepin, and Louis Delatraz starts from the back of the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Right, on the track.
Suppliers Home Grand Prix. Let's give them a race worth watching.
On the track for Engine Suppliers Home Grand Prix. It is Silverstone. We are on the line. It is Schumacher, Tsunoda, Matsushita behind me. 5 lights and away we go. Getting on to another beautiful start. Like, I nailed these F2 starts to the point where I feel like it's disrespectful for the AI to even try to keep up, right? So, first lap. What's happening? I already have a 2/10 lead. Like, I'm ahead of these guys. Will they catch me? Probably not, right? So I was like, okay, let me just control myself. Coming down in towards the end of lap 1. I'm still leading, now with a second. So it's taken a lap to create an entire second gap between myself and Schumacher, Mick Schumacher. Tsunoda behind him, 2 seconds behind me. The Daruvala even further. So at this point, I'm just controlling the race. I'm controlling the tempo. Nothing much is happening. You know, as you can see, I'm not really pushing that hard. I'm just driving casually, trying to keep my head in the game, trying to not crash. As we cross the line, the Hamilton straight to take another fastest lap. DRS now enabled. As we come down towards the end of lap 3, you guys can already tell that I dominated this entire session. That's why we fast forwarded so fast. This is just like Austria, where the first session, the feature race, we dominated crazily. And then coming into the sprint race, that's where the action was. As we set another fastest lap, coming down into Maggots, we hit the underbody of the car onto the curb, so that affected our downforce. But again, downforce doesn't really play much into this track because it's a very high-speed track. As we do get spots of rain, as you can see on our visor, our wheels slightly worn out, floor damaged, Will we be able to hold on to the lead? It is now lap 6 of 7, ladies and gentlemen. We are still driving. It's now the end of lap 6. The rain is falling a bit harder. It's getting a bit harder to drive, but we're still managing to keep the car in one piece. Now, do we box for wets or inters? Nah, why? It's only one lap. We can survive one lap probably. It can't be that bad, right? Right, so we crossed the line for the final lap. We're still leading 2 seconds ahead of Mick Schumacher. Coming into the end of the 7th final lap. This is Ville, and then we do get a little bit of understeer because like there's no grip whatsoever. Schumacher sees the opportunity, tries to overtake us when we make that mistake, but we managed to keep the car in one piece somehow. As we look at the replay, we drift. This isn't a very good angle. I should have gotten a better angle. We drift, and then Schumacher behind us tries to go for the opportunity. He was much closer than he has ever been to us in any race, but we managed to hold on till the end, winning the race. So we won the feature race. Now trust me, the sprint race is where it's at. That was amazing. The overtakes in the sprint race, crazy.
To celebrate a thoroughly deserved win.
Right, so we come out of the car as race winners once again. Back-to-back wins. No, actually, did we win the back-to-back in... Yeah, we won the race in Austria. We just didn't win the sprint. Imagine if we won the race, the feature race, then we win the sprint, then we win this. That would be 3 races back-to-back without anyone telling us anything.
Keep the lap time competitive while still respecting the tires. That's where they won today.
ART, the French team who have been...
On to the podium celebrations. We take another win for ART. We win the engine manufacturers are from Britain, right? So we win the engine manufacturers home race, which means a lot if it was like giving us a bonus in terms of salary. But we get another podium, ladies and gentlemen. Another win in the bag in Britain. We out here, gang. Okay, so looking at the standings, we have myself leading, Schumacher and Tsunoda rounding up the top 3. Where's our team? Our team is not even in top 14.
We're returning after yesterday's feature race for the final event of the weekend, the sprint. Down on the grid below us, the drivers are spending their last few minutes getting ready. Very soon, they're going to kick this race off in dramatic fashion. Alongside me today, I'm delighted to welcome back to the commentary box the 2012 GP2 champion, Davide Valsecchi. There looks to be a challenging race ahead of the drivers today, Davide. With that in mind, what are you looking out for today?
Well, Alex, I want to see how the drivers at the back of the grid are going to roll up. They'll need to make an impact in the early stages, and they're probably hoping for a bit of luck at the start. We may see some bold maneuvers out there today.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the track for the sprint race, it is 5 lights and away we go, getting onto a good launch out of the start. Schumacher to the left side of us. In front of us we have Schumacher, Tsunoda and Drogovic and Matsushita fighting for P4. We do manage to make the move on Schumacher. Behind us we have Tickton, who hasn't really made an impact into the starting phase of the race. Now coming down the inside of Yuki Tsunoda, we managed to get past him. In front of us now we have Daruvla and Matsushita fighting for P4 respectively. He's in P5. Now Tsunoda manages to get past us and we're like, okay, fine. We just send it through that turn and we managed to get past him. Now in front of us we have Matsushita and Daruvla still fighting. Coming down into Woodlands, you can see that, you know, the thing is when you're fighting a car you forget that other cars exist. So we managed to sneak up down the inside of Daruvla, making a bit of contact, not enough to make a spin, but that was close. Now we've got him past him. In front of us we have Matsushita, who is 3/10 as we come down this national straight. Is it called national straight? I think it's called national straight. Now coming down into Corps, we lift heavily. Why? Because the car didn't have enough downforce to go past them. But you know, we try to run a very low downforce setup so that we're fast in the straight lines. Now coming down into the end of lap 1, down the Hamilton straight, Matsushita is still ahead of us, Alesi behind us. Thinking of making a move on Matsushita here, but we're like, nah. Or can we? Going down the outside, a place where you don't normally overtake, we managed to make it stick, setting a purple sector 1 as we do it.
Great pass.
Jeff acknowledges that as well. In front of us now we have Alesi and Elliott. The podium positions are right they're right there in front of us. We can literally grab it. So are we going to get past Alesi coming down the hanger straight? We go left, we go right. Where are we going to go? We go down the inside of Alesi, getting the move done. Now we're up into P3, podium positions. As you look at the replay, there's nothing he could do. I literally sent it. If he tried to like defend mid corner, I'd be done. I'd be crashing. But we managed to make it stick. Coming down to the end of lap 3, I set the fastest lap. Now, here I'm thinking of making a move. Elliott is very close. Coming down Corpse, had to lift a bit too much, but we still get a crazy exit better than his. Now, do we go for the move down into Maggots? Nah, we're gonna just injure our car like we did in the feature race, where we accidentally went over the curb. Now, coming down into the hangar straight, I have DRS, I have slipstream. I have better slipstream on him than he does on Djokovic. So, what side do I go? Left, right again. This is going to be like a signature move, like me just swerving. Now, coming down the inside, again, for another overtake in the same corner, we get past Iliad. Now, in front of us, we have Djokovic. The win is right there. I can literally smell the win. Are we going to go for the move? Oh, hell yes, we are. So now we're setting up for the overtake. We have DRS. He doesn't have DRS. Down the hangar straight. Something left, right as usual. We make an overtake in the same turn. This is the third overtake that we're doing in this same corner. This corner is called, I think it's called, I actually forgot what it's called, but it's cool. Now coming down the Hamilton straight.
This is your final lap.
It's the final lap
of the race.
Djokovic behind us, he's dropping. And we know that I have some mad pace in this track. Compared to these guys, I have some crazy pace. Now fast forwarding it, I was like, yo, if I keep this car in one piece coming across the line, this is the last lap. It's the last time I'm going through these turns. I can win this, right? Coming down the hangar straight, we set a purple sector 2, a green sector 1. Are you going to get the fastest lap in the last lap? As we come down Club Corner. Is that Club Corner? Is that... I forgot the name of that corner. I think this is Club Corner. Hamilton straight. This one I know it for sure. And we win. So we've won the feature race and we've won the sprint race. Amazing weekend for us. I'd say we've gotten the maximum points because qualifying we were pole position, feature race P1, sprint race P1. So this is literally the perfect weekend for us. This is our first ever perfect weekend in our F2 to F1 career.
But one thing's for sure, today's winner has certainly showed they have no fear battling it out on the track. And who can blame them? I don't think I've ever seen someone through the competition so quickly. Today's race was a sight to behold, and judging from the crowd's reaction, it went down well with the fans.
Amazing
Podium, podium. Back on the podium, ladies and gentlemen. I can't hear that. I can't hear that. What? Another win? Yes, sir. We've gotten another win in our F2 to F1 career. This is going to play majorly into the championship because I believe at this point now, either we're past Schumacher or we're very close to him. We're going to see in the standings as I show the standings towards the end. But that was a good race. Crazy overtakes. We've made 3 overtakes in the same place. So I win. Djokovic, Elliott round up the top 3. Schumacher was in P7. Checking the standings, we now lead the championship with only 4 points. Schumacher is literally behind us with only 4 points. This is getting to be a very close battle that I think might drag on till the last race in Abu Dhabi. That's going to be interesting. So, constructors, we have no hope. Why? These guys are far. Like, my teammate isn't pulling up his weight, so it's just me carrying the team. So looking at this overtake was one that I was like, yo, did I actually make the move stick there? So he goes onto the curb completely. Like, I don't know why he swerved onto the side of the track that much, but that really cost him. And me managing to squeeze past there. Look at how tight that corner was. Like, that's not a place you normally overtake. Either you go down the inside, but you don't go down the outside. The outside is a completely different battlefield. So this is going to be the thumbnail. Me getting past this guy in this corner, round the outside. Right, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care and peace.